I never thought losing my job could hurt so much. But that wasn't what broke me that day. It was the text that arrived minutes after the HR call. Everyone just saw your little post. So embarrassing to be married to you. I stared at it, frozen, my phone slipping from my hands. The words weren't just cruel, they were public. He had posted about my firing online, making a mockery of the very thing I was trying to process privately. My chest tightened, my stomach turned, and for a moment the world felt upside down. First, I thought I was imagining it. Maybe someone hacked his account. Maybe it was a joke. But the comments started flooding in, friends and acquaintances tagging me. Laughing emojis, snide remarks. I felt exposed, humiliated, and utterly betrayed. The person who was supposed to protect me, who promised love and respect, had shredded my dignity in front of everyone. In the days that followed, I tried to make sense of it. Every glance, every whisper, every curt "Are you okay?" from him now felt layered with malice I didn't understand. I questioned myself first. Had I done something to provoke this? Maybe I should have told him first. Maybe I should have handled my termination differently. But deep down, I knew that humiliation wasn't ever something I deserved. Then came the subtle signs, little digs, the sarcastic remarks about my career ambitions, the sudden interest in my financial independence. I caught glimpses of his phone lying face down, messages from someone named Claire popping up, quickly swiped away. Late nights with excuses about meeting friends and networking events became more frequent. Every time I tried to talk, he'd smile, brush it off, and say, "You're overthinking." But the seed of doubt had been planted. I started watching him, paying attention to everything I had ignored before. I noticed the way he laughed a little too long at certain texts, the way he suddenly became defensive when I asked about his friends, the way his eyes darted when I brought up the post he made. A creeping, icy realization began to settle in. The man I married, the person I trusted above all else, was no longer the person I thought I knew. The turning point came late one night. I was sitting on the couch, scrolling through my social media, when I accidentally saw a direct message pop up on his phone. Claire again. It wasn't just flirtatious. It was intimate, suggestive, the kind of messages you don't send to a friend when your spouse is at home. My heart thudded painfully in my chest. I felt sick, angry, and helpless all at once. When he came home, I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just showed him the screen, my hands shaking, my voice barely above a whisper. "Explain this," I said. His face went pale, guilt flashing in his eyes, but he tried to speak, to justify, to twist. "It's nothing," he stammered. "You're overreacting. It's just texting. Just texting." I repeated, voice hardening. "You humiliated me publicly, and now you're lying about private messages too?" He went quiet, and for the first time, I saw the truth reflected in his eyes. Not arrogance, not malice, just shame. But shame wasn't enough. Not for me. Not anymore. I realized that trust, once broken, is almost impossible to repair. Every memory, every shared moment, suddenly felt tainted. The dinners, the vacations, the whispered "I love you" at night, they didn't erase the betrayal. I wanted to scream, to cry, to beg him to care. But deep down I knew I couldn't stay. I left that night. Not with anger, but with clarity. I took only what I needed, leaving behind the house that had become a cage, the man who had become a stranger. I didn't look back. The weeks that followed were quiet but painful. I focused on rebuilding myself, my career, my confidence, my self-worth. Every small success felt like reclaiming a piece of myself that he had tried to destroy. The humiliation lingered, yes, but it became a reminder of one essential truth. Self-respect cannot be given by anyone else. It must be taken, defended, nurtured. I never told him how much it hurt, not fully. I didn't need to. The lesson was mine and mine alone. Betrayal, I learned, doesn't just break trust. It awakens strength you didn't know you had. Months later, when someone mentioned him in passing, I felt only pity, not anger. I had survived his betrayal. I had rebuilt. And I knew that no post, no comment, no humiliation could ever take away the dignity I had reclaimed. Sometimes late at night I still think of that moment, the text, the shock, the heartbreak. But now, instead of sinking into despair, I feel quiet pride. Because the hardest lesson life ever taught me was also the one that made me strongest. Never let anyone, not even the one you love most, define your worth.